Namaste Doctor and everyone. We are Group 7 and our presentation topic is performance of initial public offering share in 2025. First, let's look what an IPO is. An initial public offering is the process where a private company offers its shares to the public for the first time and become a listed company on the stock market such as Bursa Malaysia. First, before going public, the company is usually owned by its founder or a small group of investors. However, after the IPO, its share can be freely bought and sold by the public in the stock market. The main purpose of an IPO is to raise capital for business expansion, repay debts, and strengthen the company's image and credibility among investors. However, IPO also involve risks such as high listing costs and strict compliance requirements. Once listed, companies must maintain strong corporate governance and high level of transparency. Next, we can differentiate between the primary market and the secondary market. The primary market is where the securities are issued by sold for the first time, for example, during an IPO when investors purchase shares directly from the issuing company, and while the secondary market is where existing shares are traded among the investors after the IPO. In this market, share prices are influenced by supply and demand, company performance, and overall market conditions. Now let's move on to the background of the IPO market in Malaysia. IPOs play an important role in supporting capital market development and economic growth. Since early 1990s, Malaysia has experienced an increase in company listing across sectors such as telecommunication, manufacturing, and financial services. Today, Bursa Malaysia consists of several listing platforms, including the main market, S market, and lead market, which cater to companies at different stages of growth. In recent years, the IPO market has also been influenced by technological innovation, macroeconomic conditions, and the growth of Sharia compliance investment instruments, reflecting Malaysia's strong role in Islamic finance. Finally, the view regulators and industry experts are very important in assessing IPO performance. In institutions such as the Securities Commission and Bursa Malaysia and investment banks focus on regulatory compliance, transparency, and market stability. Meanwhile, market analysis provide practical insight based on real data, investor behavior, price movement, and post-IPO performance. When both perspectives are combined, IPO analysis become more comprehensive and balanced, as it reflects both regulatory factor and real market conditions. In conclusion, the IPO market in Malaysia continues to play a significant role in corporate financing and capital market development, supported by strong regulation, expert insight, and involving economic trend. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Anisha Nabil. The trade number is 300933. Now I will move on to the IPO performance in 2025. IPO remain important in Malaysia as they help companies raise funds for growth. Despite global economic uncertainty, the 2025 IPO performance show that the investors still have confidence in local companies with a strong focus on sustainable growth after listing. So, looking at IPO activity in Malaysia for 2025, it was actually a very strong year. Bursa Malaysia recorded 60 new IPO listings, which is one of the highest number in 2 decades. This is quite impressive considering the challenge like global market volatility and trade tension. Compared to previous year, we can clearly see an upward trend. Only 32 IPO in 2023 and 55 in 2024. This shows a strong market recovery and also reflect confidence in Malaysian capital market, system and regulation. In terms of market segment, the Ace market recorded the highest number with 44 companies, mainly for high growth firms. The main market had 11 companies, usually well-established ones, and the lead market recorded 5 companies, mostly smaller and emerging businesses. Now, let's look at some selected IPO companies from 2025 across different markets. First, on the main market, we choose EcoShop Marketing Berhad. Established in 2003, EcoShop is a leading discount retailer in Malaysia offering at a fixed price of 2.6 ringgit Malaysia for each item like snack, household goods and kitchen appliance. They listed on 23 May 2025, raising about 420 million to expand store, develop distribution center, invest in technology and retail loans. This shows strong investor confidence in their high volume, low price business model. Next, on the ACE market, we choose Aquawalk Group Berhad. This company focuses on aquarium-based tourism and hospitality. They went public on 19 November 2025, raising about 140 million to upgrade and expand aquariums. Their listing reflects growth potential in marine tourism and give investors a chance to join a company with promising regional expansion. Finally, on the lead market, there's My Exist Group Berhad, a SME in meat products like chicken, lamb and beef. It listed on 30 June 2025. They raised 5.3 million to strengthen cash flow, expand production and improve efficiency. This listing helped the company grow and establish a track record before moving to larger market. These three companies show how Malaysia's different IPO market cater to companies at various stages, supporting growth while offering investors diverse opportunity.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Sharifah Ismin Sofia binti Said Yusof. My mentor number is 300963. Today I will explain about main areas of IPO performance. In 2025, Malaysia's IPO market performed very well and became one of the most active years in recent history. A total of 60 companies were listed on Bursa Malaysia, which shows a clear improvement compared to the previous year. One of the main highlights was the high number of IPOs. This was the highest level of listing in almost 20 years. Malaysia also stood out in Southeast Asia, where it contributed the majority of IPO activity in the region. This happened because market conditions were more positive, regulations were supportive, and investors had stronger confidence to invest in new listings. Another important area is funds raised. Overall, IPOs in 2025 managed to raise about RM 5.5 billion. Most of the funds were raised in the first half of the year, showing that investors were optimistic and willing to invest early. Strong support from local investors and a clear listing process helped maintain confidence in the market. Lastly, IPOs in 2025 added a significant amount of market value to Bursa Malaysia. Newly listed companies increased the total market capitalization and helped improve liquidity in the stock market. This shows that IPOs play an important role in strengthening Malaysia's capital market and supporting long-term economic growth.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Tina Alisha Nabila binti Syari. My metric number is 300741. So now, let's move into the performance analysis of initial public offerings IPO in 2025. Now, into the first day returns, the immediate pop when a stock starts trading. 2024 was exceptional. The average first day return was around 36.5% with widespread oversubscriptions. Some issues over 200 times subscribed. Most new listings closed significantly above their issue price on debut day, and only a tiny proportion were flagged or negative. This was fueled by strong investor enthusiasm and positive market sentiment. In contrast, 2025 saw substantially weaker first day performance. Early in the year, the first quarter averaged about 28.9%, but overall returns dropped well below 2024 levels. Around 30 to 40% of the listings debuted below their issue price, with many others showing only slight gains or flat performance. This weaker debut reflects increased market cautions, global economic uncertainties, and the higher proportion of smaller ACE market listings. Next, we look at the year-to-date performance of IPOs. 2024 again outperformed, with an average year-to-date return of approximately 48.2%. Many 2024 IPOs traded well above their issue price by year-end, supporting active trading and boosting investor confidence. 2025 presented a more mixed and disappointing picture. While the average return up to the third quarter was around 21.1%, which outperforming the broader Bursa Malaysia KSCI index, which is declined only about 2.3% over the year. Many individual IPOs ended 2025 trading below their issue price. Investors who had share post-listing often face unrealized losses by December. This highlights concerns about post-IPO sustainability. Why the shift? 2024 benefit from robust economic recovery, high oversubscription, and strong secondary market support. In 2025, global doubts, a focus on smaller listings, and broader market volatility led to cautions. In conclusion, 2024 was marked by strong first-day pops and sustained gains, while 2025 showed lower debut performance and challenge in longer-term holding returns. These trends have prompted calls from market observers and Bursa Malaysia for higher quality, larger scale listing in future years to restore confidence and improve post-IPO sustainability. That's all from me. Thank you.
This table compares IPO performance in 2024 and 2025. In 2025, the number of IPOs increased from 55 to 60 companies, showing that more firms decided to go public. However, the total funds raised were lower in 2025 compared to 2024. This means that even though more companies were listed, most of them were smaller-sized IPOs. There are several factors that influence how IPOs performed in 2025. One key factor was the economic environment, especially interest rates. When interest rates were more stable, investors were more willing to take risks and invest in new listings. However, during uncertain periods, investors became more careful. Another factor is the quality of the company itself. Companies with strong financial performance, clear business direction, and good growth potential usually perform better after listing. Investors tend to look closely at a company's financial health before deciding to invest. Lastly, investor demand also affected IPO performance. IPOs that attracted strong interest were highly oversubscribed, often perform better during the early trading days. High demand usually pushed share prices higher and created positive market sentiment.
So after going through everything, overall I can see that Malaysia IPO market in 2025 shows strong growth despite global challenge. With 16 new listings across main, ACE and lead market, Bursa Malaysia proved its ability to support companies of all sizes. While returns were more moderate, this reflects a shift towards long-term fundamental and sustainable growth. From the Islamic capital market perspective, Sharia-compliant IPO continue to offer ethical investment and strengthen Malaysian role as a global Islamic finance hub. That's all from our group. Thank you.